Well, from the singles to the doubles, and first off it's the Canadian doubles. Again, all today's finals over 1,000 meters, and the world champions Gille and Tomasz Wylenzek of Germany go in lane 5. So 60 seconds to go, and on the far side in lane 1, representing Romania, that's Chirila and Cuculici. In lane 2, the Poles, Grzybowski and Woszczynski. They were first in Europe this year in Rachice. And then in lane 3, the very experienced Russians, Alexander Kostoglod and also Alexander Kovalev. And you just saw the Cubans there, the Cubans world silver medalists, and they're in good form. They won early in the season in May in Duisburg. The Hungarians, they're just on the other side of the Germans. This is Gyorgy, Kolonics and Gyorgy, Kozmann, very experienced. Then the Ukrainians, who are in 7. The Buday brothers from Canada, or representing Canada, but with Hungarian pedigree, in 8. And closest to Spain in the red and yellow, Bea and Mascato. So, Malcolm, really experienced paddlers here.
Oh, absolutely. This, again, we've got really good paddlers, and it's going to be difficult to call. Again, I would watch out for lane 7 and 8. Perhaps we can expect something from the Canadians, but certainly you've got the class of the Germans there in lane 5, and of course the Hungarians with their home crowd behind them. And don't forget, in picture there, the Cubans, who have been paddling very well so far. I'm
very impressed with them. If you look at the times, they weren't quickest in the semi-finals. The Germans were speedy. The Germans just keeping an eye on them at the moment. That's Tomasz Wylenzek and Gille. They were behind them in the Europeans, so they know, sorry, they weren't behind them in the Europeans because obviously the Cubans didn't take part in that, but they know from Duisburg that these Cubans have been in fine form now for the best part of 3 months.
That's right, the Cubans aren't the sort of crew you can let get away and hope to catch them up later on in the race, and the Hungarians are aware of that, and you can see they've got a nice relaxed rhythm going, and they're just keeping an eye on the Cubans, just watching for any moves.
But just taking the advantage now, the men in black and yellow representing the Ukraine. This is Maksym Prokopenko and Serguey Bezugliy. And here the Hungarian partnership. Well, these boys know each other pretty well. It's Kolonics up front, the 27-year-old, and the multi-Olympic and world medalist Gyorgy Kozmann in the stern of this Canadian double, in which, Malcolm, harmony, timing is everything.
Absolutely, yeah. They've got to work as a unit. They've got to work as one. And certainly we had some very strong crews in here, but it's no good being strong if you can't work together. And it looks like, actually, the Hungarians have really taken this race on. They look very relaxed. Kolonics there in the back, very experienced paddler, as you said, looks very relaxed. They've kept a nice rhythm, and this is theirs for the taking, I think.
Yeah, interesting to see that Bea and Mascato for Spain on the near side. They're out of the picture, but they were going through from lane 9, near side to us, also very much in contention for a medal. And they've been in the finals right the way through since Sydney consistently, but the medal is what they haven't managed to achieve.
That's right, and conditions are perhaps with them today, so they'll be going for it. They'll have to do their own race over in lane 9, but it looks to me that the Hungarians are destroying the rest of the field.
Yeah, and the others on the far side are really feeling this, and the Hungarians, well, this is extraordinary. This is an extraordinary amount of clean, clear water here in Szeged with 250 meters to go. They're ahead of the Ukraine, and they're ahead also of the Canadians. The Canadians are in with a shout of the medals, and they could just get a bronze, but we're going inevitably with the wire camera that's travelling alongside these 2 men representing Hungary. They were 3rd in the world last year. They were third in the Olympics. They were third in 2003. There's some determination here to be #1 on home water.
Wow, well, this is just a demonstration run. I've not seen somebody be so far ahead in a World Championship final before.
And the Germans are really beginning to mount a challenge to move up for second place. There's a real ding-dong battle going on for the minor places. Now, can these two men keep it going? Germany just edging into second place, vying for with the Ukraine. But it's Hungary. The stands are erupting. And look at that. Canada gets silver. And I think maybe the Ukraine have denied Germany the bronze. It's a photo.
Wow, well, what a race. I mean, the Hungarians just absolutely destroyed the field there. And in the race for second place, it looked to me like the Germans actually missed out on a medal.
Well, the Buday boys, 7th in the world last year from Mississauga, Ontario. What a result for them to get a medal.
Well, I did say we had to watch out for those lanes, and sure enough, towards the end of the race, they started to make a charge and pull through for the silver there. Great result for them, but the Hungarians were magnificent there.
And clearly they've worked out not only the tactics but also the conditions. They know that the Germans take time to find their rhythm. They didn't allow them to do that. Basically, they put them under pressure so early that the Germans couldn't respond and couldn't close up, and when they did start to move, they were just too far out of it.
That's right. They looked so relaxed right the way through the race, but particularly once they got in front, they actually got a terrible start there. You can see the Hungarians, really bad start from lane 6 there, but once they got into the rhythm, they got ahead, and once you get ahead, you begin to relax and you begin to enjoy it, and you can see that's what they're doing here.
Look at the boat there, because the canoe, it isn't checking, it's beautifully balanced.
Yeah, this is a great shot actually from the wire camera here. You can see the boat cutting its way through the water. Very, very narrow boat, very hard to keep upright, but these guys in perfect harmony, keeping a nice flow, nice rhythm on the boat.
It looks easy, Malcolm, but it really is hard to paddle one of these.
Believe me, it's very difficult. I've been a professional canoeist for several years, but still not managed it.
I've got that as Canada and the Ukraine. And, I tell you what, I think that's Bezugliy, who's actually just dropped into the water as a result of the effort. He'll be fine. But he'll be even happier when he knows that he's got a bronze medal. That is unofficial, but to me, it's Hungary clear gold, an excellent silver for Canada, and a really good paddle, tough paddle, hard paddle by the Ukrainians to deny Germany. And who would have thought that these two men, who were world champions last year and Olympic champions in Athens, wouldn't be in the medal? But there it is, in 3:43, Kolonics and Kozmann take gold ahead of the Buday brothers, with Ukraine in bronze.
Thank you. Stop talking. And cue again.
Well, the crowd here are having a great afternoon. You always hope to do well on Hope Water. You prepare for it, but inevitably the pressure's on. But boy, these Hungarians, they're in some form.
Yeah, they absolutely delivered there, didn't they? It's really going well for them, and the Germans will be very, very disappointed with that result. It's often been in the past Germany against Hungary, but here, like you say, the Hungarians got out ahead, they're relaxed, and the